younger me, breathe, laugh, live, smile, in spite of the tears that will fall from your eyes and shatter your heart like a hurricane. I, age 5, he didn't die in vain, but his strength freely flows through your veins, ingrained in your name. And every time you paint life in ink or think or blink, his soul sinks with pieces of your mind. So when you need a sign to reconcile his death, stand in the mirror and look at yourself. You inhale his breath. You are the deposit of his spirit he left to create a legacy you couldn't possibly see through your child's eyes. Disarm, rise of your superhero before he can teach you how to fly. So instead of discovering your superpowers early, the kryptonite of his absence will paralyze you to just cry, alive, like torrential rains of tears, feeling his absence like a bacteria eating you alive for years, craving his presence for years to be present. His presence will top every wish list that exists. Your wish as his little daughter, dear God, dear Santa, dear whoever holds life and time, please rewind your father back to his prime and let him survive the attack to his heart attack that hijacked him from his children and wife. Please speak life. Please speak life. Quiet please through the night for a living Lazarus loose, so your family won't have to question the truth of why God turned aside in your desperation when he has power to make all things rise. Why? Age 5. For a long while you will live but never be alive. Life will feel like you're trying to walk with no feet, trying to find rhythm with no beat, right with no meat or measure of beauty or light, so you'll compose the shattered world with all wrong and no right, with all defeat and no fight, absorbing every punch of heartache on the ropes alone, making you prone to cycles of undiagnosed depression, feeling like a social experiment, testing your ability to function without love or a hug, or pretending he never existed because his fate was so twisted. Your family will master pain to never have to relive it and to get the pride of who he was, so you'll wait a long time trying to piece together memories in your mind of who he was as a man, as a friend, a father, preacher. How did he sound? Then he'll be gone for so long that the only thing you remember is the day he went down, so quiet and so loud, and glimpses a blue couch on which he sat, taking his last gasp for breath, a funeral casket, silent cries, grasping for good thoughts so you won't have to relive this one in your mind and fly, but this will be all you're given to remind and remember. It will simmer and fester to make you bitter for years, consuming you with fears of a similar fatal end that will hit you too soon before life begins or dreams are quiet, so you'll wonder what's the point to try and hide to seek life in the dark to die. But dear younger me, be free. You will never find your way as long as your heart is filled with hate against the God you think only takes. The weight of unforgiveness toward him will overtake all rationale and spread an epidemic outbreak, consuming your mind, causing sporadic emotional spasms of aggression, growing like a monster inside on the verge of rage. But be brave, even though your child muscles feel incapable of bench pressing these weights 10 times your weight. The God your pain has trained you to hate will not add more weight than it takes to produce gold. He knows the pressure sitting on your soul, so be whole. Don't stay in abolitionist prison 12 years a slave to a tragedy beyond your control. Be whole. He left imprints of faith for you to follow in, not wallow in self-pity, fantasizing alternate universe where you cannot feel the pains of hurt. It won't work, but we'll all work out together for your good. Even when you're so young and don't feel like it ever could, it's good. So, dear younger me, be free. This is your life. This giant will be the biggest battle you encounter, targeting your demise, because this mountain stands between you and God, adopting as his child, his own. And while the 5 smooth stones you pick feel insufficient to kill the demons you're wrestling with, your bleeding heart is blinding you from seeing the Prince of Peace fighting in your defense. His scars, wounds, and whips, evidence taking blows for you is his only intent. It's true. His love relentlessly chases you. Before you even knew what a father was, he knew and fathered you by design, with power to uplift masses of mankind and bind the spirit of brokenness and broken homes and minds. So don't waste time licking the same bruise, recycling wounds and bins marked as trash, or that biodegrading ache will eat away at you until only the infection lasts, stagnating your purpose, held by the tentacles of your past. So dear younger me, get past it fast and breathe, laugh, live, smile, And imagine again now, age 5, rewind, funeral, casket, silent cries, but this time learn how to say goodbye. This time learn how to say goodbye to the heartache so you can learn how to fly like a superhero who stood courageously by your side and poured all his love into you by the age of 5. You are his pride. Dear younger me, be free.